Cricbuzz Comm Box generally brings wickets, but that's supposed to happen after we start our conversation. Here, even before we had a word to say, playing brilliantly, Ruturaj Gaikwad just hits one almost tamely back to Keshav Maharaj for a soft end to a fabulous innings of 57 of just 35 deliveries. First blow for South Africa, but all the other punches have been thrown by Team India, Ishan Kishan and Ruturaj Gaikwad, getting to the verge of 100 in just half the innings. Joined by Joy Bhattacharjya, we were looking at predictions getting close to 200, the 180s, the 190s. Certainly, it's almost guaranteed to get to that, if not more. There are no guarantees in cricket.
Yeah, it's looking really good. And what I loved about the fact was the way they sort of changed leadership, as it were. Ishan Kishan attacked in the first couple of overs. He was the guy hitting the shots. Then the fifth over, there's 20 runs, 16 of the bat and one of the helmet. And Ruturaj Gaikwad comes in and starts dominating the bowling. And then again, Ishan Kishan starts attacking the spinners at the end. And I think that was what I really enjoyed about their partnership. Each realizing his role and saying, okay, I'm better off trying to hit this and I'm going to try and whack it. And it worked really beautifully. And I think they've set a really good platform. That 57 was really, and one of the shots he hit, I mean, with Shamsi, with Maharaj, inside out, the first ball that he hit for 4, that was a shot of a man in real form.
Yeah, and a shot of a man who's actually found his form. He didn't have the greatest opening 2 games, especially not the one in Qatar, and then just told himself, he built up to the game, Joy, saying that if anyone needs a score to sort of keep himself on the horizon, knowing that he's not a guarantee, far from it, in the top 3 for India when the big boys come back.
Yeah, I think he came to the party. He came to the party. That over, okay, there were a couple of streaky shots in it as well, but there were a couple of absolutely brilliant shots. And, there's one particular 6 that he's hit also, which, I mean, he is a class act. That's the thing, that when Ruturaj Gaikwad actually hits a shot well, you can make out how much time and what he has and why, both the Indian selectors and the Chennai team are so gung-ho about him. And he normally is a person who, if he gets off to a start, makes it count. And, I mean, he could have gone on further, but even 57, I think he's done his job for India.
Certainly has. Lots of batting to come. But what we didn't see South Africa do in the previous couple of games was they allowed Shreyas Iyer to have a feast of spin. And that's why he was dancing down the track doing it. Moment Shreyas Iyer is walked in, even with figures of 1 not, 16 not, who do they throw the ball to? Anrich Nortje. He's ready to throw a couple of thunderbolts down. At the moment, Iyer has not faced yet. It's Ishan Kishan on strike, but at least you can see slight improvements in that department.
Absolutely. I think this is what this game is all about, these little adjustments. And absolutely. And Nortje would have bowled enough to Shreyas Iyer in the Delhi nets. He would know Shreyas Iyer, what his tendencies are, how he bats, how he moves. And certainly they are not going to allow him to get off to a start. To be honest with you also, I don't think Ishan Kishan will particularly enjoy playing Nortje as well. He might get runs off him, but I don't think he would enjoy facing 150 plus bowling as well.
In fact, interesting you should say that. In the last match, he was hurried a little by Anrich Nortje, and that's what led to his dismissal in that previous game. So Nortje started with a harmless, almost a half volley, slightly shortened length to Shreyas Iyer. When that short one comes will be interesting to see. But India's approach from now on, obviously, when you have a platform like that in 10 overs, you know that there's enough aggression to come. Rishabh Pant would love to make it count as captain because he's one leading a team that's 2-0 down.
Absolutely. I think they now want to say that, okay, you're 2-0 down. Put that score. 211 was enough. Let's make it 220. Let's make this game sure. And our bowlers cannot allow these guys to get off the hook this time. So I think they'll be on full node. I think, though, I really am enjoying the way the South African fast bowlers are operating. Wayne Parnell, what a revelation. If he doesn't go for a healthy amount of money in next year's auction, I'd be very, very surprised.
Yeah, once again, 2 overs for 12, very economical, picked up wickets early in the previous 2 games. And remember, for everybody else, it's sort of a comeback trail for him because he's he's come back into a unit that was almost a well-oiled bowling unit with Rabada and Ngidi and Nortje. And he was almost forgotten for a while.
Absolutely. 5 years in the wilderness. Okay, he was playing Kolpak cricket. Of course, Kolpak does not exist any longer. Decides to go back, try out for his national team. And he's done marvelously to get here. But what I'm also seeing was he always had the skills. I'm seeing that maturity as a player, both as with the bat, with the ball. He's a prospect, and he bowls really intelligently.
Well, interesting. I wonder who you'd give that to, because it was a bouncer from Anrik Nokia, absolutely aimed at the top of the helmet of Shreyas Iyer. It went for 6, but I wonder who'd be the happier, the bowler or the batter, because the result is 6 runs, but it certainly did seem to rattle him because he played it off his face.
Yeah, look, I think that's the thing. A good captain will look at that and say it's worth it. If that ball made him think that the next ball might hit his helmet, it's worth it. I think they'll go after him. And of course, Nokia doesn't have too many overs. He has 2 more overs to go. They might just give him 1 more and see where things go from here on.
Yeah, a battle of chess almost that keeps happening when it comes to looking at your bowling options. South Africa have plenty, India have plenty. For the moment, it's about India piling on the runs. Can they get to the 220 that Joy mentioned? Can they exceed what happened at the Firozshah Kotla and really make a meal of it for South Africa and come out with 1-2 going into game number 4? We'll try and assess that at the halfway stage. That's all on Cricbuzz Comm Box.